Welcome to the CEO Camper Podcast, where we talk about being a badass CEO in business and life, but also getting out into nature more and making it really easy. I'm your host, Jessica Ryder, a 14-year veteran of camping and have 16 years of business driving teams and companies to purposeful growth under my belt. I am here to help you get out into nature, reset yourself so you can continue to be that badass CEO. So let's dive in to the CEO Camper Podcast. Today, I'm talking to the Naysayers. You know who you are. When I say camping, you think that you cannot find answers in nature. And I'm here to tell you, you're wrong. I get it. When I say, hey, we're going to go to nature, we're going to try to find some answers, we're going to camp, you're like sitting back going, no. And I'm not hugging a tree. I'm not doing chants in the woods. I'm not going to hike 100 miles. I'm not going to do all this stuff. I don't have time for that. That's not my life. Totally get it. I don't do that either. I am not a hiker in the sense that I'm not going to be like out there doing like 20 miles, right? I learned on a family trip to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, when my cousin and her fiance were like, we're going to hike. And I was like, oh, okay. What are we doing? Like 3-4 miles? And she's like, no, we're going to do like 8 or 10. I was like, oh, okay. You guys go hike. I like to just walk in the woods. I'm not a hiker. I'm not going to like trek it out there. I've got hiking boots and I'm good. Right. I don't chant and pee behind trees and like hug them and do all that kind of stuff. Do I believe in preserving nature to make sure we all have spots? Yes. But I'm not like the hippy dippy type that is just, sometimes I talk to animals, but it's just mainly because I'm bored, not because I think they can talk back to me. So if you think you cannot find answers in nature, I'm here to tell you that you're wrong. And as a CEO, as a, COO, whatever your title is, I'm not a title person. You can call me whatever you want. I don't care. But what I'm telling you is that you can absolutely find answers in nature. And today I really wanted to talk about kind of the benefits of getting out into nature. I mentioned in the first episode, if you didn't catch it, but I did write a book about how camping saved my life, how I went from a hospital bed to nature, rebuilt my lifestyle based around getting out into nature as much as I possibly can. That even includes, every morning getting out and either doing a walk, a run, a bike, something outside just to get fresh air. Especially these days, I work primarily from home. I have business meetings out and about, things like that. Like I don't get a ton of time to just get outside. So if I can do that first thing in the morning, that immediately sets my day up to be good. And then obviously I get out and camp as much as I possibly can. We only camp on the weekends. I don't live in my camper. We are not full-time campers. We are based in St. Louis. My husband works construction here in St. Louis. So we are here. We are here just going 2 to 3 hours within St. Louis as many weekends as we possibly can. Because you know what? We understand the benefits of nature. We understand why it's important. My husband grew up an avid outdoorsman, and he still is to this day. So he understands the benefits, and I'm a little bit more stubborn. It took me a hot minute to figure out what the benefits are. But I want to share those benefits with you today because I think if you're somebody that's sitting back and just going, yeah, no way nature's going to do that for me, or like you think that it's just not for you, I'm here to tell you that it is. So first and foremost, I think some of the benefits of nature, like the cognitive benefits for both you and your family, are huge. And people often overlook this, and I don't think that you should, but I don't know. I hate to say, like, as a woman, most of the time people look at us and they're like, oh, you have to, think about your family first and all that kind of stuff. But to me, nature is your family. nature is reconnecting with your family. It is, you know, making sure your family comes first, all those kind of things. So, again, cognitive benefits are great for both you and your family. Nature can also help decrease mood disorders. I know I'm somebody that, I don't clinically, uh, I've never been clinically diagnosed with like depression or anything like that. But I am somebody, especially somebody that's trying to run a business, start a business. I have a couple of other businesses that I'm a part of that I run, whether it's a partnership level or, just kind of a COO level. Um, but yeah, you go through ups and downs. You have good days, you have bad days, but it can really help on a much deeper level if you are somebody that has a disorder. It can really, really help with that. But then, even for people that aren't, clinically diagnosed with anything, it can really help reset your mood. Like I said, I try to get up every morning and get outside. It sets me up for the day. I got a chance to breathe in fresh air. I got a chance to, listen to just nature come alive, which I think is amazing because to me, it reminds me that there are billions of things happening in the world, nature wise, not people wise, nature wise, animal wise, that I have absolutely no control over. I saw biking this morning, for instance, I saw 4 deer just trot out in the middle of the neighborhood right out in front of me. And guys, I can't control that. They're on their own schedule. They're doing their thing, right? They're living their life. And I think it's the coolest thing to see because they could care less about you. I mean, sure, they're going to run off because they want to make sure you're not going to hit them. But I, to me, that is so cool because it's things that I can't control. It's things in my daily life that just remind me that there's so much more to life than just me and whatever shitstorm I've got going on today. Also, nature, like, it allows you to quiet your brain. I used to say that it allowed me to turn my brain off, but guys, I can never turn my brain off. It goes 100% on all the time. Like, it never shuts off. I have the hardest time meditating in the morning because my brain just keeps going and going and going. Like I wake up thinking, okay, today I should do this. Okay. Like, and the list just keeps going on. So it allows me to quiet my brain, turn it down a couple notches, right? If I can just get out and do my makeshift form of a hike, like then I know that, okay, cool. I'm just focused on making sure I don't trip because I'm pretty clumsy. So I don't want to fall on my face. It quiets that brain down. It allows me to focus on something else. And, if I'm sitting by the lake and just like thinking, again, it's slowing that brain down and just looking at things that are happening in nature and allowing myself to focus on that rather than, the 500 things that are going through my head. I also think that nature and camping can make you nicer to people. One of the things that I absolutely love about the camping community is that most of the time people are extremely nice. They want to help you, especially nowadays. Like I see so many first-time campers and I'm like, let me help you. I've been there. I've seen it. And then you make friends. I mean, we have so many camping friends around the entire country that we've seen here or there. People pass through. We meet them for lunch. We meet them for dinner. It reminds me how nice people are. And when you get into a campground, we're all there for the same reason. We're all there to relax and enjoy ourselves. Again, turn our brains down, find that peace, create memories with our family. So there's no just meanness. I love just being in a campground, just waving to people, good morning, have my coffee. I'm, walking around the campground, looking at things and just, talking to people. That it's being nice. I talked about mood, just being connected can really enhance your mood. But then the last thing, and guys, there's a lot of research around this, from doctors, a lot of functional health professionals talk about this, but it's resetting your circadian rhythm. I actually know one functional medicine doctor that prescribes camping to people who have trouble sleeping and like their rhythm is just off. He's like, you need to go camping. You need to go to bed when it gets dark, and you need to get up when the sun comes up. And you need to let that cycle for 3 or 4 days so that it just resets your circadian rhythm. It resets yourself. I know for me, some of the best naps that I've ever had in my life have been in a camper, and it's amazing to just go to bed when it's dark, get up when the sun comes up, and reset. That is one of the main reasons why I love to camp, because it resets me. It allows me to relax. I recharge. I turn the brain down for a little bit, because I don't know about you, but if I'm home for a weekend, I don't stop working. Like Saturday and Sunday, like that's not a day off for me. I don't have a day off. I just keep working. And so if I'm home, and I'm not talking about like doing stuff around the house. Like I'm talking about like I'm actually working on my business. I'm working on other people's businesses that I work. Like I just don't stop. Even when I camp, I don't stop. I just turn it down a little bit, because I know, hey guys, I got to get into nature and I need to recharge and reset. So I'm going to do a little bit of work. It's going to be like 2 or 3 hours in the morning after I've had my coffee, after I've done a walk, after I've really kind of connected. Let me do 2-3 hours. Cool. And then now I'm ready to hit the water or, hang out by the campfire if it's fall, like whatever. But that's how I camp these days. And those are the benefits that I've really gotten out of it is just resetting, recharging, and then just full steam ahead when the week comes back. So this was short and sweet. I don't know that a lot of our episodes are going to be super long. I just want to like kind of almost like ping you a little bit. Like, have you thought about this? What about this? Like you could really live this life. You could do this. I could make it really, really easy for you. And if you're a man and you're like, my wife would never go for this, like hook her up with me. I will tell her that she would totally do it. When I first got married, this was no way. I was not a camper. This was not going to be my life. And then I married an avid outdoorsman. And I'm like, oh, okay. We're really going to do this? Like we registered for a tent on our wedding registry? Oh, okay. This is a real thing. I have to like get on board. And then I lived that tent life for a hot minute, about 7 or 8 years, and it sucked. Tent life sucks. So now we live the RV life on the weekends as much as we possibly can. So if you're a man and you're like, my wife would never go for this, click a couple of the links below. Let's get connected, because let me talk to your wife, because I will tell you it can be super easy. Kids, no kids, whatever. I can make it easy for her, and I can make her love it. Trust me. If you're a female and you're like, I don't know about this, again, hit me up. Let's chat, because I can help make this very, very easy for you. So thank you again, from the bottom of my heart for being on this journey with me. And, we'll talk soon. Thank you for listening today. As you can tell, I am pretty passionate about business, camping, and balancing them both in my daily life. If you want to connect with me more, I included all the links in the show notes, including my camping brand pull-through sites, my personal pages, and also a really quick questionnaire to figure out how I can help customize your camping experience. I appreciate you, and I hope you got something out of the show today. If you did, please share this with someone else who needs to hear it, and leave a review. If you leave a review, I'll send you a free copy of my book, How Camping Saved My Life: The Journey from Hospital Bed to Nature. Thanks again. Talk soon.